It is time for us to get to the, in quotes, special part of our show. We do have a special guest. He is known as the Special One, a legendary football manager. We have Jose Mourinho live here on SportyTV. Jose, who do you think is going to win the Euros this weekend?
The answer is obvious, 50-50. Every final is 50-50. Every team that reach a final, reach for some reason, or because the team is very good, or because the players are very good. And always in a final, I always consider 50-50, independent of who is showing more quality. From the beginning that I say that England has a fantastic group of players, not a phenomenal team, but a very good group of players, not just the ones on the pitch, also the solutions coming from the bench. And Spain, for me, is being the best team from the beginning, playing as a team. Great evolution in practically a new team with players that 1 year ago they were not even national team players. And they grew up very well during the competition. They beat, of course, Germany and France, which gives them a lot of credit. So I would say that Spain is a better team than England, but England has very good players. So for me, 50-50.
All right, so Jose, let's talk about the tournament just a bit. Southgate and Didier Deschamps, coaches of England and France, have faced a lot of criticism from the media, although they got all the way to the semi-final of the tournament. Now, as a manager, do you think that despite all the performance the teams have put forward, that those criticisms are justified? And how would you deal with them in a different situation?
You know, the criticism is based on the potential of the teams. When before the tournament, I was saying, for me, the candidates would be Portugal, France, and England. I was saying that based on the potential of the team. So when you have top potential and you don't reach the level that people is expecting, is something normal. I don't think anybody in Turkey or Austria or Slovenia, I don't think anybody criticized their coaches, because what they did in the tournament was good, was probably more than expectable. When we look at France and England in this case, we are speaking about the best players in the world. So it's normal. And coaches, they have to be ready for this criticism, which is part of it at the highest level.
Jose, great to see you. You look in good spirits as well. Good luck as well next season. Obviously, I know pre-season has started, so good luck in your next venture. Not that you need good luck. One big talking point.
I always need.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. One big talking point going into the Euros is about aging players. Pepe, obviously, in his 40s. Cristiano Ronaldo approaching 40. Kante still looking very, very good. How difficult is it when you have superstars, maybe like Ronaldo is a good example, you managed him, players to transition out of the squad? How difficult is that job as a manager?
For me, it's not difficult. I don't look at players' ages or players' status. I look to what the player is now and what the player can give now, which form the player is. I played Rafael Varane in Real Madrid with 18 years old in a big Champions League match against Manchester City. Easy. No problem. There is no age for players. So if you go for the young and if you go for the old, I don't think players, they have a passport. What they have is performance level. If you are good with 16, you have to play, like the kid in Spain. If you are good with 41, like Pepe, you have to play. So it's not about the age or the status. It's about that today football is about today. It's not about yesterday. It's about today. So today, can you perform? Great. If you are 16, you play. If you are 41, you also play.
Now, Jose, you have a knack of getting the best out of Black and African players. How would you rate African and also Nigerian football right now?
I love African players for many reasons. The main reason maybe is because it's easy for me to connect them. It's easy for me to understand them. It's easy for me to make them feel that I'm there to help them to reach their dreams, to reach their potential. So very easy by the emotional point of view. Then physically, normally, the African player, as the African athlete at every sport, has a very special DNA that makes them very strong. And then many of them, they are technically very, very gifted. So I always had African players in my teams, and normally very successful partnership.
All right, Jose. Would like to extend an open invitation to you. Everyone in Nigeria talks about you. Songs will be sung. There will be parades for you. It's an open invitation to get you into our studio to talk to us about football.
I'm happy. I've been in Nigeria already many years ago, and I felt, of course, the, the passion, the love, the respect. So happy times. And I had, as you know, also some Nigerian players. I have now one, Bright Samuel.
Yeah?
And my connection with African players comes from my beginnings with Benny McCarthy in Porto, and then year after year after year, until now Bright, the last one, and Jiku, Ivory Coast. I had so many, and of course some of the best players in the world. So my connection with them is great. Every time I go to Africa, I feel it. The last time I've been in Africa was on a holiday with my family, and even on holidays separate from football, I always felt how much people care with me, and I'm very happy to give them my love too.
Now, Jose, let's talk about the final in terms of details now. Kobe Mainoo will be up against Rodri, a player that has a very wonderful record of not losing the game in over 450 days. Do you feel he'll be the success for the Spaniards in the final against England?
It's not going to be Rodri against the kids, it's being team against team. As I was saying before, for me, Spain is a better team. Is a team with a good structure, is a team with a great evolution from the beginning of the tournament. For them, was much more difficult to reach the final because they had, of course, Germany and France to beat. But the structure of the team is very good. Rodri, of course, is now one of the best midfield players in the world, gives great stability to the team. But England is England, and the part of Jude Bellingham, I think he's the only one that plays abroad, but plays abroad in the biggest club in the world. All the other guys, they play in the Premier League. They are used to play together. They are used to play against each other. They are used to the physicality, the intensity, the responsibility, the pressure. So they're going to be ready for the final two. If you ask me which team I prefer by the emotional point of view, it's hard to say. Because I live in England, because my family lives in England, because I love England. But I've worked in Spain for years, and we are neighbors. Portugal and England and Spain, we are neighbors. But by the football point of view, I fancy more the way the Spanish team plays football. Yeah.
One of the key players to that Spanish team is Lamine Yamal, who is outstanding, right? Player of the tournament so far. Only 16. Jose, you've managed all over the world. You've managed some fantastic young players. Have you ever managed a player like that? Someone that almost can put a whole country on the back of his shoulders, and you saw what he did against France and that special goal. Have you seen a young player like Lamine Yamal before?
I had incredible players. That's why I played them at very young ages. Of course, you don't remember because it was 2004, but I had in Porto the second youngest player ever to score in a Champions League final. So in a Champions League final, I played a kid called Carlos Alberto. He was, I think, 17, turning 18. He's still the second youngest player to score in a Champions League final. So, as I was saying before, it's not about age, it's about what you feel, what you see. I played Rafael Varane, Real Madrid, 18 years old, and since then he won everything. He was world champion, European champion, I don't know how many times. So depends on the dimension of the player in that moment. And then is the future. Then is the way they manage to stay at that level, because when you are so young and you are in the moon of football, then you have to stay there. And to stay there, you need emotional stability, you need ambition, you need the right people around you, you need the right coaching to stay there. Because when you remember, for example, Pelé so young, Maradona so young, Eusebio so young, then there is a career after that. And hopefully Lamal is surrounded by the right people, and in 10 years' time, we can have Lamal with 27, even better than he is now.
Jose, thank you so much for being a part of our show today. Thank you, and we wish you all the best of luck going forward with your job at Fenerbahce.
First of all, I need the players back because the guys are on holiday. They were in the Euros, so they are in holidays.
Thank you so much, Jose.
I'm training the kids. I'm waiting for them.
Now, Jose, well, since you're still waiting for your players, would you mind coming quickly to our studios? You know, it'd be cool to have you, like Femi said, come to Nigeria, come properly to our studios here in SportyTV in Lagos.
When?
Oh, when? Okay. When, guys? I'm on the spot here.
For the final.
For the final, on Sunday. Come for the final on Sunday.
I play Sunday.
What?
I play a friendly. I have a friendly.
Oh, come on, Jose. Come on, Jose.
Yeah. I play against Racing Strasbourg. No chance.
Yeah, but it's only a friendly with kids.
Well, Jose, thank you so much once again. Thank you for making this interview, this special interview, if you get the hint. It's amazing having you on our show. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose.
My best regards to everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay.